Hi, my name is Naylor, and this is a performing songwriter. My guest today, in 2015, played the main stage at the Philadelphia Folk Festival. They played at South by Southwest and many other well-known venues, and they call themselves No Good Sister. Thanks, guys, for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
I wanted to ask, what's the history of the group? How did you start?
Let's see, Meaghan and I met in another band. We were singing background vocals, and I was originally brought in as her understudy, and then they added me into the mix, and then we quickly were like, oh, you know, what's even better than 3-part female background vocals would be a band fronted by 3-part female harmony. And so we decided to start a new project with that as the focus.
You know what I forgot to do is ask you to introduce yourselves. We'll start.
Yeah. My name is Jessica McDowell. What else do you want to know?
Just really your
my
name.
name,
Just
yeah.
really your name for now, so we know
Yeah.
who you
And I'm Meaghan Kyle.
I'm Maren, Sharrow.
And anything else any of you want to add to the formation of the group?
Well, yeah, as far as how Maren came into the picture, I was living in the art museum area of Philadelphia, and I would frequent a specific watering hole where Maren was the bartender. So that's how I initially met her. And so when we were thinking of who could the third person be, I was like, well, you know, there's this girl in my neighborhood who I'm friendly with that, you know, I'd heard her sing at like a little get-together, a late-night gathering that may have been inspired by some alcoholic beverages.
Maybe a little.
And I just remember Maren kind of like, you were like really commanded your that space in there. I remember you kept asking for a capo.
Yeah, I did. Several times.
But I just always remembered her voice and always like, and I was like, I just kind of feel like that might be a good fit. So, basically it took one get-together for us to, I think we took one, Boss of My Heart, I think was the first song we ever started working on. And it was like, I already knew what I wanted to do for a harmony, so we just started singing it, and Maren just easily picked up on a third part, and then it was just such a nice sound, and then we just started playing around with some other songs, and by the end of the night, I think we were like, all right, let's book a show.
I'm going to ask this question to Jess. I understand that you were instrumental in naming the group.
Yes, so I was having a rehearsal for one of my previous bands, and we were there. My ex-boyfriend was in that band, and he had this dog that's just, you know, a really sweet dog, but it was just a mess. And the fiddle player was saying, you know, where did this dog come from? You know, and I said, oh, that's his ex-girlfriend's no good sister's dog. So I guess this dog had been given to him. He was supposed to take care of it for some short period of time for this, you know, sister of his girlfriend that just could never get it together, and then ended up just keeping the dog. And so she just, in my mind, was, oh, that's so-and-so's no good sister. So the fiddle player was like, oh, that would make a great band name, No Good Sister. And I was like, I called it, I said it, it's mine. So when we started the band, we were kind of tossing around some ideas, and I said, you know, No Good Sister could be good. It's also sort of, to me, I'm sort of like making fun of the trend of everybody's like the such and such family band, or, you know, this and that brothers, or, you know, it's like a lot of band names with family terms in them now, and so I thought that would be kind of funny to just be No Good Sister.
Okay. Maren, I was going to ask you in terms of the whole group. We're going to hear a number of your songs later, but how would you describe your music in terms of how's it different from other bands, other performers?
Gosh, I guess we're such a blend of different styles, because there's 3 of us who are fronting and then working together and collaborating to harmonize, and we each come with our own backgrounds of you know, who influenced us, and we share those with each other, so it kind of creates this broad but yet focused sound, where I would say we have some roots, Americana, folk, and then again I think that the female fronted 3-part harmony is I mean, people are doing it, and there are definitely some great bands out of Philly doing it, but there's not that many, so I think that's a standout as well.
Meaghan, there's a couple other people that play in your full band. So could you mention who they are, what instruments they play, and how they add to you guys and your performances?
All right. Well, the most popularly appearing person would be Mike Slow-Mo Brenner on lap steel. He's also our producer for the EP that's out and for the forthcoming album that we'll be releasing. And the band that we started with is actually totally different. Because when we first started, we didn't have the confidence to be just the three of us. And now we do. Now we know what that is. So let's see. Occasionally we'll use the pianist from those days, and that would be Inam Owili Iger. And then we have a revolving door of bass players. So depending on when you're watching this video, currently we're using a young man by the name of John Cunningham. He's been on board with us relatively recently. And then we have a Hoagie Wing on drums.
So you have three other...
Right, but it's always a different
combination.
So kind of depending on what the gig requires.
Okay. A little bit about your songwriting, and any of you can answer this, or you can all answer this. I know each of you write individually, but you also co-write a lot of your songs. So I guess my question is, when you start to write a song, what are the elements, as far as you're concerned, that makes a good song?
So for me, it'll be like some little phrase that'll get into my head, like, oh, that's a really great phrase. And then I'll start playing around with it, and I feel like the pattern of the words will start to just inform some sort of melody in my head. The first thing that we wrote for the band was a song called Boss of My Heart, and that was when Meaghan and I were doing a little tour of New England with our band that we met in. I was driving around, we were in one car, and I just started thinking, oh, you're not the boss me, like, oh, you're not the boss my heart, like, oh, that would be a really great song lyric. And so the melody just kind of like came naturally out of the lyric. And we have a lot of situations where we'll come to the table with like a verse and a chorus, and it's usually centered around some sort of hook. And then we'll open it up to the rest of the group and brainstorm ideas and write the rest of the song collaboratively.
Any additional?
I agree as far as my process as well. Just because looking at the songs that, like, look good on paper it started because it was like I was constantly talking about my ex-husband as somebody that looks good on paper. So that was the start of that song, while the rest of it kind of wrote itself with the three of us. And then same thing, like someone said to me, we're getting too close to the flame. So I have the song Close to the Flame. I basically steal words from other people's mouths. And the same kind of process happens. I feel like as soon as I latch on to a phrase, I start playing around with different melodies. And sometimes I'll notice myself humming a melody and be like, wait a minute, that's not something that I think exists yet. So what do I have already that I've been kind of wanting to put music to?
Yeah, that's funny. I'm not actually normally like starting from a lyric point. I normally just, when I get a chance, like after the kids go to bed, I get my guitar and I just sort of sit there and play around with chords, and then we'll find a melody, normally something that I feel is very catchy or, has a good hook, and then all of a sudden the words will sort of come out. And most of the time I don't really know what I'm writing about until I'm about like 2 lines in, and then I'm like, oh, this is what I'm writing about. So I don't know, it's some weird psychological process where I don't know.
Okay. When you write together, do you find that an easy process?
I think it's fun. It's like we have our own little songwriting circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it does help because we can ask each other questions like, well, what are you saying with that line? Because what I interpret it as is this. So maybe the next line would be, the opposite of what you just said. And then we'll like, okay, I like that. So then what is that? And then, okay, now what rhymes with that? And then we'll just brainstorm and just come up with, sometimes a thesaurus is involved.
Yeah.
Now it's time that we're going to do our showcase via video of another performer, usually out of town, which this performer is, and it's Katie Curtis from Boston. Are you familiar with Katie?
Not.
Yeah, she's really good. And this particular song that she's going to sing is My Shirt Looks Good on You. So we'll take a look at Katie Curtis, and we'll be back and talk some more.
Long nights, no sleep. Let's not turn alarm clocks on. Calls wait on my machine. Papers piling up on the front lawn. Love and happiness, ruin my ambition. Love and happiness. Love and happiness, that's my condition. Love, 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 love and happiness. Take your time, stay for breakfast, and tell me why that tattoo. Why I drive home this morning. My shirt looks good on you. Love and happiness, ruin my ambition. Love and happiness. Love and happiness, that's my condition. Love, 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 love. What's the story? I don't care. Who's the monkey? Who's the bear? What's the story? What's the news? What's the difference? All I want is you. I don't wanna leave this feeling. I don't wanna leave this house. I turned myself in with you, and only you can turn me out. Love and happiness, ruin my ambition. Love and happiness. Love and happiness, that's my condition. Love, 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 love. Love and happiness.
And that was Katie Curtis. So she's excellent, and if you get a chance to see her, you want to do that. Okay, now last year, 1919. You know, what century am I in?
When we were 19.
When we were 19.
Right, last year.
2015, I mentioned it at the beginning that you played on the main stage at the Philly Festival. Was that the most people you've ever played for, either as a group or individually?
As a group, I would say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Individually, I got to sing at Citizens Bank Park,
Oh, wow.
and that was, I think, about 30,000 people.
That was like the national anthem?
I sang God Bless America during the 7th inning stretch.
Oh, okay.
So I'm trying to get the three of us to do it together.
And you also played at Southwest by Southwest as part of a thing that a contest that you won.
Yeah.
And what kind of a venue did you play down there?
It was a bar.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there was, somebody was asking me about this, I think actually it was this morning, and I can't remember the name of the bar. I know that it was a number.
There was a number in there.
291.
It was like bar 919, and then I was like, oh, it must be the address. It wasn't the address.
Yeah.
The address is something entirely different. But yeah, it was. We played. It was like a bar with like 2 levels, and we had the idea that we would busk outside just to pull extra people in, but Austin anyway has music coming from all places.
yeah.
But during South by Southwest, it was like nobody could hear us on the sidewalk because
Yeah.
there was just music coming from everywhere that it
Yeah.
was like, okay.
It was like everywhere you looked, there was an amplified band, in a venue with all the doors and windows open, or
Right.
out on a deck, or it was incredible. The entire city, it's just, you can just move from venue to venue, and there's a show going on at every single venue.
Yeah, and in grocery
And
stores.
it's incredible.
And parks
Yeah,
everywhere.
just people in the street, and we loved it. It was really exciting.
Do you ever hope to be able to do this full time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Just have to figure it out, the logistics. Out.
Just gotta keep
Yes.
putting one foot in front of the other. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten to a point where I realize that the more you put that kind of pressure on your musical project, like, it just takes all the life out of it. So you always have to do it just for the sake of doing it. Just, I just love this for the sake of it.
Right.
But yeah, that's like in our wildest dreams. That's our full-time job. So when we fantasize, our fantasies are about having like a wardrobe person and
Tour bus.
someone to do our hair and makeup and a tour bus and,
Chef.
and
Somebody get you gigs.
nanny.
yeah,
And sometimes
manager.
we think about like having like a big commune where we each have our own houses, so we still have lots of room in between each other. But then there's like, maybe it's like in a circle, and then there's like a recording studio in the middle, like our own like Paisley Park,
Yeah, a traveling nanny would be ideal,
That would
so
be
that we could
ideal.
be out on the road, and then like we each had our own nannies for
My own dog walker.
future and present
Right.
children. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to hear some of your music now, and while we're moving some of the chairs, setting up, we're going to watch a video of my next guest, whose name is Phyllis Chappell. I don't know if you're familiar with Phyllis. She sings in 7 different languages. She's an excellent guitar player. She plays classical guitar, but not. I'm sure she plays classical music, but she plays all types of styles. She's a songwriter, and so we're going to watch that now. And I think I have the name of the song here. Yeah, this is called Summer Magic, and we'll be back, and I can't wait to hear you guys.
Thanks.
Oh, was it just the sun, a kiss beside the sea, the greenness of the ocean? You touched me deep inside, a magic touch that made me stop and look and listen. The summer cast its spell and brought you here to me, intoxicating spell, and you are all I see. Who can tell this feeling? I got a dose of you. There's no cure for this feeling, an overdose of you. No, it wasn't just a fling. This passion has consumed and totally obsessed me. No, not a summer thing. What we have is real. Darling, you possess me. The summer cast its spell and brought you here to me, intoxicating spell, and you are all I see. Oh, who can tell this feeling? Yeah, I got a dose of you. There's no cure for this feeling, an overdose of you.
First song that you're going to hear is called Reckless. It's one of our newest songs, and hopefully we'll be recording it soon for our upcoming album.
Don't be reckless with my heart. It's been torn up in pieces and all ripped apart. Don't be foolish with my time, 'cause this night ain't getting any younger, and I want you for mine. Honey, I think you know how many miles this heart can go, and the wind is in my hair. Just hope we're driving somewhere. Don't be reckless with my heart. It's been torn up in pieces and all ripped apart. Don't be foolish with my time, 'cause this night ain't getting any younger, and I want you for mine. What if I saw your face every morning? What if you held me close every night? Oh, this love feels like a storm, and you and I are tangled in the eye. Don't be reckless with my heart. It's been torn up in pieces and all ripped apart. Don't be foolish with my time, 'cause this night ain't getting any younger, and I want you for mine. Some things get a little clear looking in the rearview mirror. I've been aimless in the past, but now I want this ride to last. Don't be reckless with my heart. It's been torn up in pieces and all ripped apart. Don't be foolish with my time, 'cause this night ain't getting any younger, and I want you for mine. 'Cause this night ain't getting any younger, and I want you for mine. Oh, this night ain't getting any younger, and I want you for mine.
This next song is Close to the Flame. It will also be on our forthcoming album.
See the smoke in the distance, feel the ash on my tongue. Wanna know what it feels like when the heat fills my lungs. I'll crawl if I have to, ride the wind through the night. This spark has consumed me, I've released my light. I got too close to the flame. This fire, it knows me by name. I feel the full force of desire as I'm dancing right into your fire. Dancing right into your fire.
makes my temperature rise. My heart is the engine steering this ride. Everything's racing, my pulse and my mind. A natural disaster that can't be confined. I got too close to the flame. This fire, it knows me by name. I feel the full force of desire as I'm dancing right into your fire. Dancing right into your fire. Hold your waters back, let this one spread. If you push me away, I'll get closer instead. I got too close to the flame. This fire, it knows me by name. And I feel the full force of desire as I'm dancing right into your. I got too close to the flame. This fire, it knows me by name. And I feel the full force of desire as I'm dancing right into your fire. Dancing right into your fire.
This next song is also going to be on our upcoming album. We've been busy working on new material that we're excited to record. And this was inspired by my very enthusiastic reaction to a fireworks display. The sight of a man holding a baby never stirred such a pain in my chest. Now the moon's got my heart acting crazy. The steady aching of loving you best, 'cause I had never seen fireworks before. Never such explosions in the night. I had never seen fireworks before. Never so close or so bright. They could light up the night. Light up the night. Take me down to the curve of the river. Take me down to the place of your youth. I have seen you stand with your brothers. I have seen you stand with your truth, but I had never seen fireworks before. Never such explosions in the night. I had never seen fireworks before. Never so close or so bright. They could light up the night. Light up the night. Ooh, ah,
This body wants to rest in your arms, and if one day could live on forever, let it be when I first felt its charms. 'Cause I had never seen fireworks before, never such explosions in the night. I had never seen fireworks before, never so close or so bright. They could light up the night, 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 light up the night.
All right. So we're gonna do a little switcheroo maybe for this next one. All right.
That's right.
Got an intro in?
Yeah, this is a song.
We didn't write this one.
No, we didn't write this one, but we worked up an a cappella arrangement that we like to do from time to time. So hope you enjoy.
Tomorrow night, will you remember what you said tonight? Tomorrow night, will all the thrill be gone? Tomorrow night, will it be just another memory, or just another song that's in my heart to linger on? Your lips are so tender, your heart is beating fast as you willingly surrender to be my darling at last. Tomorrow night, will you be with me when the moon is bright? Tomorrow night, will you say those lovely things you said tonight? Tomorrow night, will you say those lovely things you said tonight?
Your harmonies are great.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And so I hope to see, well, I saw you live today, but I want to see you live in a venue, and I know I will at some point. And you guys should see them too. If people want to learn where you're playing, if they want to get your records, whatever the case may be, you're working on a new record, aren't you?
That's
Why don't you
correct.
talk about that, about your current, you have an EP as I remember, and then you're working on a full length one. So talk a little bit about that and when it's going to come out.
Well, we're, I don't know if you know this, but from speaking with our producer, we're aiming for a spring release. So it's still, in its infancy as far as plans and getting it super focused and the sound that we want and. But it's going to be a accumulation of what we've been working on since the EP came out, and how our writing has developed and our sound has gotten and our harmonies have congealed that much more.
Where can people get your EP?
Is if you have a computer, you can get it. It's on iTunes. You could go to nogoodsister.com.
Which we have right here, right now.
No Good Sister.
Right here.
Amazon. Let's see, CD Baby. You could stream it on Spotify. Yeah, it's really anywhere music is online, you can find that EP, and that will be the case once the album is released as well. But if you want to follow our path of that and get all the news, nogoodsister.com. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Yeah,
And all your wherever you're going to be playing is on your website.
correct.
And if you sign up on our mailing list, we will not spam you, but we'll send you a friendly email every once in a while to let you know where we're playing and what our latest news
Yeah, and we'll
is.
put some videos of, because we're always delighted when people share their videos that they take of our shows, and so we like to share those in the emails as well. Show little clips of what you may have caught personally or what you may have missed, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, thank you, No Good Sister, Jess, Meaghan, and Maren. And thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for
Thanks
having
for
us.
having us.
And we'll be back in actually more near the end of the month, taking a couple of weeks off here, with Phyllis Chappelle. And we'll see you then.